I'm Matt Berg with ESG News, broadcasting from the iconic New York Stock Exchange. I'd like to welcome Ashley Black and Brandy Hip from Ashley Black Enterprises. Ladies, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Well, you've come a long way to get down here. And Ashley, I got to tell you, when I was going over your background, I got to say it was beyond impressive. You are a Stevie Award winner, Woman of the Year, you have a Lifetime Achievement Award in Consumer Goods, Entrepreneur of the Year, and you're a best-selling author, amongst other things.
Yeah.
Where do you find the time?
I mean, I find the time wherever I can take it. I think it's all about work-life balance.
Wow. Now, Brandy, you flew in from Hawaii, from my understanding.
Yes, sir.
And we're here. I was fortunate for us to be able to spend a few minutes yesterday. We got to experience the Fascia Blaster, and that's why we're here today to talk about the Fascia Blaster. This is an incredible product. Can you tell us a bit about it? The origination story? How did you get started with it?
Sure. I mean, I think the origination story is my life story. It goes back to being a child with juvenile arthritis that just wanted to be a gymnast. And then in my 20s, I got a bone-eating staph infection and I lost my hip. So everything that we do at Ashley Black is very genuine to not only me being able to fix myself, but me wanting to be able to do that for the world. It's very much a mission and a purpose for me to bring the science of fasciology really to the world.
Brandy, and so, I mean, essentially, we're talking about like a social enterprise.
I mean, I think so. I think that the Fascia Blaster tools are the genesis of a movement of people just like you. You experienced it, who want to live better, more free. They want to feel better. They want to look better. Yeah. And the Fascia Blaster is a vehicle to that.
Now, Brandy, we went over some numbers earlier yesterday and the day before, and it's spectacular. Lifetime sales, help me out here.
Yeah, we're approaching $170 million of lifetime sales. Yeah, for the products you see in front of you and the rest of our line of products.
How was COVID for business?
Oh, COVID. Okay.
Oh, so for us, we have always been a little bit of a hybrid company. We're all over the world, very, very diverse staff, always been online. So for us, COVID, it was just, we had to rethink things a little bit, but we didn't really have to do things differently. We really encouraged our consumers, like, hey, you got more time on your hands, you're at home, you know, why not take care of your body?
So 170 million, you're female owned and female run.
Yeah.
Is this right?
Yeah, almost our entire staff. We're up to about 65 people, and the vast majority are women, and many of whom are working from their home. They have a family, they have difficult schedules, and we're able to accommodate that in the U.S. and throughout the world. We have people all over the world.
That's very much our DNA, Matt. It's funny because, you know, we get labeled as, you know, a company that's, you know, forward thinking and diversity and inclusion and all of those things, and this is just what we do, how we do it, you know.
Speaking of the diversity and inclusion, let's talk about some of the ESG elements of Ashley Black, because I found it fantastic when I was reading some of the overviews and the perspectives of where you're going. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're like the good cop, bad cop. I'm the one that has the big vision, and then Brandy's the one that helps put it into a budget and actually make it happen. But for me, I have always been huge on the environment. So it was never a consideration to try to fit into the ESG bubble. I just am personally a very responsible person when it comes to the environment. It's one of my passions. And, you know, basically I'm the one that screams that we never will have one of these in a landfill, and then Brandy helps us to find all of the amazing recyclable materials that we make our products out of, make sure that they're recycled, and then obviously net zero is a huge initiative for us. So she can speak to that specifically.
Yeah, I'm a budget cop, not a bad cop. Our business, like any other, you want to be responsible. You want to, you know, we're creating a product that's helping people, and we want to help the planet at the same time. And there's no reason that can't be done profitably as well.
That's
and
right.
So we're, you know, one of the things we're doing is looking to build a manufacturing facility in Costa Rica, which is very close to Ashley's heart. She relocated there And they have wonderful facilities and very high technology. They're experts in medical devices, which our products are, and they also happen to run their facilities with 100% sustainable energy. They, educate their people with free education, free health care, wonderful retirement programs, and they're also about 60% cheaper than most places manufacturing in the U.S. So there's always something that you can do.
That's right.
That still fits within the culture and the heart of what you want to accomplish in the world and still have a great business.
Absolutely.
Shouldn't be one or the other.
That's right.
Well, I'd like to get into the growth story in a second, but before we do that, let's talk about what we have here.
Okay, definitely. This one's for me. So I think the thing, Matt, we were educating you about this already, is that my tools, they look extremely simple, but they do something really huge, and it's because of the engineering and design. I had a 30-year career in this thing called fascia, and for our viewers that don't know what fascia is the tissue that surrounds every single living cell. It's like the soil to plants, and we've spent the entire last 100 years focusing on our cells in the medical and the beauty companies, really, when fascia tissue is as or more important because it supports the health of those cells. And so that's what my tools do. They actually regenerate tissue.
So how does this work exactly? Now, mind you, I've had a treatment, and I got to tell you, it was fantastic. I'm a former athlete, and I've walked around with chronic pain, and I can tell you the last few hours, or last 24 hours, I haven't been able to feel anything. It's not that I feel amazing; it's that I haven't been able to feel anything, which it was fantastic. In fact, it took me a little while this morning to figure out what was different. I didn't have any pain, so I'm excited. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how these little endpoints work, and what does it replicate? How does it work exactly?
Right.
In massaging, like the tissues and the joints and those sorts of things.
Absolutely. I mean, so we call them claws. It's kind of a casual name for it, but at the end of the day, our fascia is in layers, and I explain it like layers on a cake, right? So fascia is the icing, and then the muscles are the cake. And if you're using something like a roller or a hand, you're just going to go over those layers. The claws is what makes this work, because as you begin to rub this on the skin, the tissue begins to give way, and you can go deeper and deeper. And then we don't even know the real mechanism for what happens, but what we proved in a clinical trial was that by going little by little, layer by layer, you're actually able to completely regenerate the tissue, which is something that no one else has ever done in history. It's what stem cell people are trying to do. It's when people talk about collagen production and regenerating and plasma and all of that, they're trying to regenerate tissue, and these simple tools do it.
Totally non-invasively.
I've experienced it, and I think it's amazing. All right, so I know we got limited time left. What's next for Ashley Black? What's the next phase?
Well, I think we are at a pivotal point where we're really have a straight path forward to that hockey stick growth. We've had market proof, we've had social proof, we've had scientific proof. So now we want to take what we know and just do it on a much larger scale. And we're looking to double our lifetime revenues. So we're looking to hit that 300 million mark in less than 24 months. So it's an aggressive plan, but I think we're going to do it.
That's insane. Are you guys raising money, or is it's an incredible growth?
We're strongly considering bringing in our first round of institutional money.
We've been profitable and self-funded and had steady growth from day one. And for me, people always say, well, how did you do that? And we did it because our products work and people want them. So for us to take institutional money is kind of like, but it's also needed at this point.
Step.
Yeah, but
it's
we're looking for the right partner. We need somebody that is aligned with our culture and our vision and really wants to change the world, because that's what this is about.
Well, ladies, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you so much. I'm Matt Bird. You're watching ESG News from the New York Stock Exchange. We'll see you next time.